In nearly 2 weeks of fighting, more than 240 people have been killed, most of those in Gaza, including 65 children. The fragile agreement is, for now, intact, but both sides are warning of retaliation if it's broken. Middle East correspondent Tom Joyner reports.
Finally, something to cheer about. For the past 11 days, many here in Gaza have been hiding from Israeli airstrikes. Now they're flooding the streets as a ceasefire came into place.
I say it's a victory. God stood by us.
Car horns replaced explosions. And fireworks, not missiles, lighting up the night sky.
We are celebrating this victory, so let the world hear our celebrations.
Mediated by Egypt, the truce began at 2 a.m. local time. But not without a final show of hostility from both sides. The mutual and unconditional ceasefire was accepted by Israel after a late-night meeting of the Security Cabinet. Hamas agreed to the truce, saying it would be mutual and simultaneous. But both sides warned they were ready to retaliate if the deal was violated.
Netanyahu and the whole world should know that our hands are on the trigger. We tell Netanyahu and his army, if you come back, we will come back.
This is a war only between Israel and Hamas. We will never apologize for defending our citizens.
The United States had also been ramping up diplomatic pressure on Israel behind the scenes.
Over the last 11 days, I spoke with the Prime Minister 6 times. I believe the Palestinians and Israelis equally deserve to live safely and securely and to enjoy equal measures of freedom, prosperity, and democracy.
The world now watches nervously.
It will be sustainable because the international community should tackle the root causes of the problem, which is the Israeli occupation to Palestine.
Israeli and Palestinian leaders have a responsibility beyond the restoration of calm to start a serious dialogue to address the root causes of the conflict.
But there are mixed feelings on either side of the divide.
The ceasefire is good for humanitarian reasons, to let civilians relax a little bit on both sides.
Today, all the Arab nations and all the Muslim nations are celebrating the victory of the besieged enclave of Gaza.
At least 58,000 Palestinians fled their homes as fighting intensified. But these families, who sought shelter at UN agency-run schools, are for now able to pack up and return home.
And our correspondent Tom Joyner joins us now. Tom, ceasefires in the past between Israel and Hamas have often fallen apart. How much hope is there that this one will hold?
Well, Jeremy, that's right. If history tells us anything, it's that ceasefires can fall apart. In fact, 7 years ago, the last major conflict between Hamas and Israel, at least 2 truces did collapse. But what this ceasefire will allow is a bit of breathing room for now and an opportunity for Palestinians in the Gaza Strip to regroup. And most importantly, a chance for humanitarian aid to make its way into the Gaza Strip and start to help rebuild lives there. That, for now, is the priority, along with some kind of lasting peace. And it's to that end that the United States Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, says he'll be making his way to Israel in the coming days to meet with leaders from both sides.
Tom Joyner, thank you.